Close your eyes for a moment and imagine being able to see inside your own body. Not muscles, not bones, not organs. Imagine looking past all that physical structure and going deeper and deeper, as if your awareness could zoom endlessly inward. You move beyond cells, beyond atoms, until you reach a level where there's no shape, no color, no solid matter. Only motion, only vibration, only tiny pulses of energy dancing like fireflies in a dark sea. If you could see yourself from that place, you'd understand something that could completely change the way you look at health, illness, and life itself. You're not made of matter. You're made of organized energy. And when that organization breaks down, when the vibration becomes distorted, when the inner rhythm loses its harmony, the body, the densest outer layer, starts to fall apart. What we call a symptom, pain, imbalance, is just the surface, the visible tip of something deeper. The real source lies in the unseen, and that invisible realm has been studied from two seemingly different but surprisingly connected worlds: quantum physics and Ayurveda. Quantum physics tells us the universe is a vibrating field in constant motion. That solidity is an illusion of perception, and that everything, at its core, is energy responding to information. Ayurveda, thousands of years earlier, said the same thing. Long before particle accelerators ever existed, disease begins in the subtle realm, in energy, in mind, in consciousness, and only later shows up in the body. Physics says the subatomic field shapes matter. Ayurveda says prana, the life force, shapes the body. Two languages, one truth. And here's the key, the opening where the mystery reveals itself. If illness comes from a disruption in vibration, then healing has to come from restoring that vibration. Not by fighting the body, not by silencing symptoms, not by covering up alarms, but by going to the source of the imbalance and re-establishing harmony there. That's what makes this subject so profound, so vital, so powerful. It speaks to something we've always felt, even if no one ever taught it to us. That real healing begins in the field of energy that sustains us. The body isn't separate from the mind, and the mind isn't separate from consciousness. We are one vibratory system, expressed at different densities. In this video, we'll travel through three dimensions at once: the physical body, the life energy, and the quantum information field. We'll see how modern quantum science and ancient Ayurvedic wisdom intertwine to show who we really are, and how health can be restored from the deepest level of the self. Take a breath, because the journey is just beginning. We're going into the unseen to understand the seen, and once you see it, you'll never look at your body or your energy the same way again. To understand how quantum healing and Ayurveda meet in their view of the human being, we have to go back in time, to an era when science and spirituality weren't separate disciplines, but part of the same golden thread of knowledge. In the ancient world, learning wasn't divided into boxes. Studying the stars, the body, the mind, and the spirit were all part of one search. The search to remember the sacred order that holds life together. In ancient India, the rishis, the seer sages of the Himalayas, wrote in the Vedas that the universe isn't sustained by matter, but by prana, the life force that breathes through everything. They taught that every human being has multiple layers: physical, energetic, mental, and spiritual. Ayurveda grew from that vision as a science of balance, teaching that illness starts in those subtle layers long before it becomes pain or physical decline. For the ancient sage, healing meant restoring harmony between body, mind, and consciousness, not attacking symptoms. Thousands of years later, in the 20th century, quantum physics shattered the idea of a solid, mechanical universe. What seemed stable turned out to be a vibrating void. What we thought was matter revealed itself as condensed energy, and what we imagined as isolated particles became an inseparable web of information. Suddenly, physicists and mystics separated by millennia were describing the same reality. Everything is connected through energy and relationship. The ancients had already known this. In the Karaka Samhita, one of Ayurveda's foundational texts, it's written that everything existing in the universe also exists within the human being. That's not just poetic. It mirrors the quantum insight that the observer and the observed are one, and there's no real separation between the individual and the field from which they emerge. And here's where it gets even deeper. While modern science is still exploring how to work with this universal energy field, Ayurveda developed hands-on ways to do it thousands of years ago. Through breath, sound, intention, meditation, sacred plants, mindful eating, and purification rituals, these were practical spiritual technologies designed to bring the individual back into resonance with the right vibration. To those ancient healers, the body wasn't a machine wearing out. It was an instrument that could fall out of tune. And to quantum physicists, reality itself isn't fixed. It's dynamic, shaped by the field of information. The connection between these two perspectives is unmistakable. Health isn't a fixed condition. It's a living relationship between energy, mind, and matter. That's what makes this topic so relevant today. Modern society became unwell by dividing what was never meant to be separated. Now, we're finding our way back to the source, where science begins to look again towards spirit, and ancient wisdom finds new language to speak to the rational mind. Deep healing doesn't belong to the past or the future. It exists right here, in the meeting point between both worlds. Think of your body as an orchestra. Every organ is an instrument, every cell a musician, every biological process a melody woven into a greater symphony. When everything is in tune, the music flows, health expresses itself naturally, energy circulates, the mind stays clear, and the spirit shines effortlessly. But when one instrument goes off key, a repressed emotion, a looping thought, an old tension, shallow breathing, the entire orchestra feels it. The melody turns to noise. That noise is what we call illness. Quantum healing and Ayurveda both begin from this same idea, even though they speak in different languages. From a quantum perspective, the body isn't a solid object but an informational energy field constantly communicating with itself. Each cell listens to frequencies from the mind and the environment. Each atom responds to patterns of vibration. Everything you are, from your heartbeat to your memories, exists in a subtle web we can't see, but we can feel. Ayurveda calls that web prana, the intelligence that breathes through every living process. Prana isn't air, it's essential movement. It's the invisible dance that shapes chaos into form, rhythm, and purpose. When prana flows freely, the body receives perfect instructions: when to repair tissue, how to release hormones, where to send blood, how to process emotions. But when the flow is blocked, communication breaks down. Matter, cut off from that guidance, becomes disorganized. This is the key point where both worlds meet. Matter doesn't heal matter. Information does. In quantum physics, that organizing information exists in the unified field, an ocean of energy that connects everything in existence. In Ayurveda, that same intelligence is expressed through the doshas: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, the subtle principles shaping the physical and mental body. The names may differ, but the logic is the same. When the energetic pattern becomes distorted, the body mirrors that distortion as symptoms. When the pattern is restored, the body follows. Let's take an example. Imagine someone who lives for years in fear or anxiety. That unexpressed emotion becomes a repeating vibrational signal. It shortens breathing, keeps the nervous system on alert, floods the body with cortisol, and creates chronic muscular tension. Over time, that vibration manifests as gastritis, insomnia, migraines, or fatigue. The illness didn't begin in the organ. It began in the vibratory field. In Ayurvedic terms, fear aggravates vata, the principle of movement, causing mental instability, dryness in tissues, and imbalance in the nervous system. The physical outcomes match what modern medicine describes, but the understanding runs deeper. The root is not in the body. It's in the subtle field. So how do we restore harmony? Here we reach the first half of the heart of this topic. Healing isn't mechanical. It's vibrational. It happens not just by treating the body, but by changing the field that shapes it. Breath, intention, meditation, sound, mindful fasting, mantras, Ayurvedic massage, diet, and self-awareness. None of these heal by themselves. What they do is remind the energetic field of its original order. When prana moves freely again, when vibration stabilizes, when coherence returns. The physical body follows, like an orchestra tuning itself after hearing the right note. In this first part, we've decoded the principle. To heal is to restore the original vibratory pattern of your being. In the next section, we'll go deeper into how consciousness interacts with the subatomic body, how Ayurveda maps that interaction, and how you can become an active participant in your own healing from within. Because if disease begins in the vibratory field that sustains matter, then the next logical question is, what changes that field? What disrupts or restores the vibration that shapes body, mind, and soul? Here lies the second half of the puzzle. Vibration responds to three essential forces recognized by both Ayurveda and quantum physics, though described in different ways: consciousness, attention, and coherence. Think of consciousness as the sun, attention as its rays, and coherence as the warmth that transforms whatever it touches. At the subatomic level, consciousness isn't passive. It's the organizing force behind everything that exists. Quantum physicists use the observer effect to explain why a particle changes its behavior, depending on whether or not it's being observed. That may sound like a small detail, but it isn't. It means reality itself responds to conscious presence. Meanwhile, Ayurveda has long taught that manas, the conscious mind, directs prana, and wherever prana flows, matter follows. Both traditions are saying the same thing. Consciousness directs energy, and energy shapes form. But thinking positive isn't enough. A scattered mind can't organize anything. Attention, focused, present, and quiet, is the channel through which consciousness exerts its power on the vibratory field. Just like a magnifying glass concentrates sunlight until it ignites, attention focuses consciousness until it becomes transformative energy. That's why Ayurveda developed so many disciplines of focus: pranayama, tritaka, meditation, mantra, visualization. Not as simple relaxation techniques, but as mental technologies designed to refine attention, make it sharper, deeper, and capable of directing energy like a laser. Then comes the third force, coherence. Healing doesn't happen when you think one thing, feel another, and act in contradiction to both. Healing happens when thought, emotion, breath, and action vibrate together, creating a clear, stable, and ordered signal within your field. Physics would describe this through resonance. Coherent systems exchange energy and information effortlessly. Ayurveda would put it another way: where mind and prana move in harmony, the body thrives. Think of an everyday example of incoherence. You say you want peace, but feed your mind with anxiety. You say you want health, but breathe as if you're under attack. You say you want balance, but live by habits that exhaust you. That internal contradiction creates interference in your energetic field. Like out-of-tune instruments clashing at once, energy scatters, prana becomes confused, and the body mirrors the chaos. Now imagine the opposite: calm thoughts, deep breathing, elevated feelings, kind words, restful sleep, nourishing food, and steady intention. That alignment generates coherence. And coherence is the key that allows consciousness to reorganize your energetic field. At that point, the body responds naturally. Inflammation decreases, the nervous system settles, cells receive repair signals, metabolism regulates itself, the mind stops fighting the body, and energy flows freely again. This is the bridge between quantum healing and Ayurveda at their deepest level. Consciousness is the matrix. Attention is the tool. Coherence is the gateway. Quantum theory explains the mechanism. Ayurveda provides the map, and the human being, you, walks the path. When we understand this, illness stops being an enemy and becomes a messenger. A symptom isn't warfare, it's a signal. Healing isn't a battle, it's alignment. Health isn't forced, it's restored harmony. In the next section, we'll turn this understanding into practice, into daily rituals, habits, and small but powerful methods to restore subatomic and vibratory balance in your everyday life. Because knowledge without application is just theory, but lived knowledge becomes transformation. Up to this point, we've explored profound ideas and invisible dimensions of the self. But real transformation happens when this awareness touches the ground, when it becomes action, breath, and daily choice. Because healing, in its highest sense, isn't a sudden miracle. It's a steady alignment, a decision renewed each day. The first practice is simple but deeply impactful. Breathe with presence. Breath is the bridge between the visible and the invisible, between physiology and vibration, between Ayurveda and quantum science. When you breathe slowly, deeply, and consciously, you send one clear message to your nervous system: I am safe. And when the body feels safe, it naturally opens to repair, balance, and self-healing. Take just 3 minutes each morning. Inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 6. That longer exhale doesn't just calm the mind, as any doctor would confirm. It also restores the flow of prana, clearing interference in the energetic field. The second practice: honor what you eat, not from guilt or perfectionism, but from an awareness of energy. Ayurveda teaches that we digest not only food, but emotions, thoughts, and experiences. Eating in a rush, while angry or distracted by screens, weakens digestion and blocks energy flow. Quantum healing describes it differently but means the same thing. If your mind is chaotic while you eat, your body receives incoherent information, and matter responds with inflammation, fatigue, or heaviness. So choose living foods. Pause before eating. Take a breath and give thanks. Gratitude changes the vibration of your food and your own. Third, mind your inner dialogue. What you tell yourself becomes a pattern of vibration that your body follows. Physics would call it information shaping matter. Ayurveda would say it's prana guided by the mind. The truth is simple. If you tell yourself every day, I can't, I'll never heal, I'm not enough, you're issuing subatomic orders for your body to act accordingly. But the opposite is also true. I'm healing, I'm whole, my body remembers balance. These are not empty affirmations. They are vibrations that reorganize your field from within. Each morning, choose a phrase that restores balance. My energy flows. My body remembers harmony. I am a luminous field in alignment. Don't just repeat these words as empty affirmations. Speak them as energetic reprogramming. Fourth, spend at least 10 minutes a day in silence. Don't meditate trying to achieve something. Meditate to stop interfering. When the mind settles, the vibrational field organizes itself. Coherence isn't forced. It's allowed. And finally, honor your body's natural rhythm, because your biology is sacred too. Sleep when you're tired. Move every day, even gently. Let the sunlight touch your skin for a few minutes. Your energy field responds to nature the way the ocean responds to the moon. Healing is simply a return to that original rhythm. These are not abstract ideas. They're practical keys. If you apply them consistently, you'll notice your mind becoming quieter, your energy rising, and your body responding. Because when coherence returns, the inner universe begins to sing again. We've traveled from the densest to the most subtle, from the body to the mind, into the energy field, and finally to the place where quantum physics and Ayurveda meet. Now, closing this circle, the core truth stands clear. Like water in a calm river, to heal is not to manipulate matter, but to remember the original vibration that sustains life. Disease is not an enemy, not a punishment, not a final verdict. It's a message, a signal from the subtle field reminding us you've drifted from rhythm, from coherence, from natural harmony. Pain is a note out of tune. Healing is the music returning. This shift changes everything. We move from inner conflict to inner listening, from fear to awareness, from control to understanding. Ayurveda teaches that before the body, there is prana. Quantum physics shows that before matter, there is vibration. And human experience confirms that before any symptom, there's always an emotion, a thought, or a story we've held on to too long. Quantum healing and Ayurveda are not romantic ideas. They're maps that lead us home to that space where body, mind, and consciousness exist as one clear, luminous system. But here lies the deepest truth. No one else can heal the field where your disconnection began. A doctor can mend tissue, a plant can nourish, a practice can soothe. But the vibration that shapes your life responds only to you, to your consciousness, your attention, and your coherence. That responsibility isn't a burden. It's your power. Healing is an act of spiritual sovereignty. It's the choice to no longer let fear, rush, or old pain dictate your energy. It's choosing, each day, to breathe with awareness, to think clearly, to feel honestly, and to create with intention. That is living in coherence. That is restoring the body's quantum order. That is honoring the Ayurvedic wisdom that everything begins in the subtle. Now that you understand this, you'll never see your body as just an object, or illness as an enemy, or life as a mechanism. You'll see the invisible fabric holding everything together, and realize you are made of organized light, living information, vibrating consciousness. Take one last breath with me on this journey. Inhale. Feel your energy expand. Exhale. Feel the noise fade away. Your body responds. Your field reorganizes. Your being remembers. And if this message resonated with you, don't leave it as mere insight. Bring it into practice. Let your breath become a ritual, your attention a path, your energy a living art. Because healing is not a destination. It's a relationship you nurture every day. If this message lit something within you, subscribe, leave a like, and share it with those who seek deeper understanding of life, the body, and the spirit. Thank you for walking this part of the path with me.